Oh, the time has come. Oh, the time has come. Edifier NeoBuds Pro versus Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro. What is up, y'all? Sparta here. Now, when I got the NeoBuds Pro, I didn't expect to. I don't know. I really didn't expect to come to this kind of conclusion with the video because it's very insane to me that people completely ignored these headphones and just gravitated toward the Soundcore, but then play the Soundcore up like, they're just a small little company. The Sonys aren't the kings. These are the kings, though. Like, I get it. It's cute, but the Soundcores are really good. I'm not trying to sit here and just talk crap and act as if the Soundcores are completely garbage. They're not. And again, subjective. Sound is subjective. The sound that comes out of the earbud that satisfies you the most is completely subjective. What you like is what you like for your music, and that's totally fine. But for me, and this is something that was clearly apparent the moment I put these in my ears, EQ'd them a little bit, and started playing around with them, the NeoBuds Pro are my number 2, right next to my LG Tone-Free FP9. The Soundcores are number 3, and we'll see about the Sony WF-C500s. I haven't really come to that conclusion quite yet. I haven't listened to them enough, but yeah, number 3. These are now number 3. Still a top dog. So if anyone gets mad saying that, you're saying you're completely garbage. No, I'm not. Calm down. Shh, it's okay. It's okay. Everything is all right, okay? Like, your purchase doesn't need to be validated by a YouTuber, man. I'm just talking. I'm just talking my talk. So let me do that. If you don't like that, you can walk your walk and get the hell off my channel. But here we go. $130, I think they came up to $142 or something like that. I don't remember after tax. These came up to like 186 after tax or something like that. They were yeah, I think that was around what it was. Because the LG Tone FP9 I paid $11 more for, so I'm just making sure I'm getting this right. For me personally, this is a spoiler alert, and I've already said it. These are the ones. These are the ones in this comparison. These are the ones. The Edifier NeoBuds Pro are the ones, and I'll detail why. For one, the case is just cool. Like let's just get that out of the way. Like, look at that. Like, look at that. It has like a little. It has like a Cyrax sector visor, and it's kind of cool looking, man. It's really nice. I know people have said, like, El Jefe said Kit from Knight Rider, you know, or like a Doctor Who, I think it was, or was it Star Trek? I don't remember. But I haven't watched that review in a while. El Jefe is really great. But let's get into this. I'll get into battery life first, because this is something that I haven't tested on these in particular, but I'll have fully mapped out in the full review. I just want to get this out the way. These are purported to get 6 hours overall with ANC off, 5 hours with ANC on. So that's 24 hours with ANC off, and I think 20 hours with ANC on, I think. It says it on the back of the box, actually. I can literally look. Oh, I'm so close, too. That's funny. ANC on, ANC off, 6 hours. With 6 hours with the earbuds, 18 hours with the case. ANC on, 5 hours on the earbuds, 15 hours with the case. And a 10-minute charge will give you an hour. So that's very nice. I think on the Soundcores it's 5 minutes, give you an hour. Every 5 minutes gives you an hour. So you can charge them up pretty fast. Either of these have very fast charging. Wireless charging on these, no wireless charging on these. It would have actually been very nice to have wireless charging on these. Edifier next time around with the NeoBuds Pro 2, whatever you call your next earbuds that succeed these, put wireless charging in them. That would just be very nice. Both have active noise cancellation. Both have ambient modes. Both have an app. I think both apps are really good. I don't really have any sort of issue with them. I guess I'll just bring them up right now just so you guys can see. I've had both of these connected to my Xperia 1 Mark III here. So I guess I'll go on the Edifier first. So on the Edifier, you get 4 different modes. You get your normal mode, which is ANC, and the ambient mode off. You get your ambient sound, which you can adjust. If you're low noise cancellation, oh wow, I gotta take them out of the case. But you have your low noise cancellation, which I keep it in. Personally, I just don't see any sort of real benefit to having the high noise cancellation. The low noise cancellation they're pretty much the same. Like there's very minute differences, and I would advise you to just keep it in low noise cancellation. You have your EQ settings right here. You only get a 4-band EQ. I can never hit this, but here you go, 4-band EQ right here. Quite nice. Then you get your gaming mode, which you can set up to just have as a tap setting on the earbuds itself. I think I have it set to a triple tap. Unfortunately, on these, you only get a double and triple tap on each earbud, so you can't have control over everything. Hopefully, they have some sort of firmware software update to make it so that you could have a single, double, and triple tap on each earbud. That would actually be very nice. Even a hold. A hold would be nice. But yeah, you get all of that. In here, you get control over turning the earbuds off, or turning them off, disconnecting Bluetooth, repairing, turning on LDAC or LHDC. I have LDAC on to maximum right there. So yeah, that's actually nice. Let me go to Soundcore. I guess we'll take them out of the case. Look, just connect. They're connected. Like, they're connected. So here you still get your battery levels right here. Oh, look, man. You get your noise cancellation. You could turn it off. You could turn the transparency mode, and you get wind noise reduction as well. And also, you can do a fully transparent or a vocal mode. So that's very nice. Whereas here, you have Hear ID, A, and C. You could configure that when you first get the earbuds, which is very nice. You get your sound mode, so you get LDAC, or you just do I think it just defaults to AAC. You can turn your wearing detection off. That's what these have that these don't. Those don't have wear detection. The Soundcores do. Auto power off. I don't know why it's on 30 minutes. I do never power off. And controls. For whatever reason, the controls keep randomly turning off. I don't know what it is, but they just keep turning off. I don't know why. Like, I take them out of the case, put them back, and then they don't work randomly. Then I put them back in the case and take it. Like, it's weird, but I turn them right back on right there. So that's totally fine. Work on that Soundcore. It's going to be very nice. That would be very nice if you do. So yeah, both of these have very good apps. I really don't have any sort of issue with that. I think both have playback controls in the app. Like, let me try and see if I'm right. Yep, the Soundcores do right down there. The NeoBuds literally have it right there too. The problem that I'm seeing with the NeoBuds is that with Sony's dedicated music player, it's not giving me any sort of playback controls, whereas in every other music player it is. I don't remember if I haven't tested it with Soundcore, but I'm pretty sure Soundcore will be fine. But if you use any sort of local music, be advised if you get the edifiers. It's a very minor thing, but hopefully they can fix that. Other than that, every other single music app that I've been using, whether it be YouTube Music, Apple Music, it's been working just fine. So really no issues there. Let's get into the active noise cancellation strength and how good both of these are at that, which is very good. Both of these are very good at active noise cancellation. Both of these are very good at their ambient mode. As I showed you guys, the edifiers have an adjustable ambient mode, so you can adjust the intensity of it. That's very nice. And I feel like you should have it at the middle setting, so not all the way up or all the way down, but at the middle. That's where it sounds the least digitized, and well, not digitized. You turn it up, and it's going to over accentuate the surroundings around you. Whereas where it's just at 0, it'll be fine, and that's where I just leave it at. Both of them sound very good. Neither of them sound digitized, especially when this is just at the middle volume setting on the transparency mode. So that's very nice. Both of these have very good active noise cancellation, especially for both of these prices. Low noise cancellation mode is something that I feel is very nice for the NeoBuds Pro. I feel like that's where they should stay, honestly, because you don't necessarily need the extra drain on battery life just for it to constantly be trying to sense harsher sounds around you. So that's very nice. And I've had things like the fan right here by the window go off. And don't worry, the fan isn't open. It is winter out here in Minnesota right now, so I'm not doing that. And my laptop, as you guys can see, is literally right here. So I literally can't hear the fan going off unless I really listen on either of these, which is very nice. That is very nice. In the $100 price, in the $100 to almost $200 price tier, that is great. I really don't have any sort of issues with that whatsoever. Haven't tested mic quality, but from what I've heard from like GameSki and El Jefe reviews, they've done very good mic review. They do very good mic reviews for wireless headphones. Both of these have very good mics. I don't remember which one sounded better, but both of them have really good mics, so that's actually very nice. Don't have to worry about that when it comes to calling. Let's talk sound. And the main reason I'm going to talk about sound right now is I'm going to talk LDAC performance, because LDAC performance, obviously both of these have it. And the issue that I had with the Liberty 3 Pro is that they just cut out way too much, you know. And this is something that I want to bring up mainly because a lot of people swear by LDAC. They swear by LDAC, but sit here and talk about how, Bluetooth is more convenient. But LDAC doesn't, especially when you set it to prioritize sound quality, you know what it does? Skip and cut out. The Liberty 3 Pros, even for like $60 more, $40 to $60 more, $40 to $50 more, cuts out at least 2 times more than these do. In tracks, these would cut out every half hour, every 30 seconds, 45 seconds. I was about to say hour, 30 minutes to 40, but 30 seconds to 45 seconds to even a minute. And it would cut out, and it would skip 2 to 3 times per track and maybe cut out once every other track. These only cut out once one track and maybe skipped 1 time. And both of these were at the 96 kilohertz. Like, really, I'm not trying to sit here and be a bullshit artist. I'm not trying to sit here and say that I'm not trying to sit here and lie to you guys at all. But these, I don't know what it is. It might be my unit. I don't know. But LDAC performance just doesn't impress me on these. They impressed me on these very much. And I know it's not just the price, because I did the exact same thing with the XM4s and these, where everyone is sitting here saying, oh, they're the best bang for buck. You get LDAC for way less than the Sonys, but they cut out 3 times more than the Sonys. They skip maybe like 8 times more than the Sonys, man. The Sonys barely do that. There has to be a lot of interference, and I was fair. I have my laptop on that has Bluetooth on. I have multiple phones around me that have Bluetooth on. These weren't skipping nearly as much as these were, and that's a problem. When you're saying a headphone is beating what people are saying is the king of true wireless earbuds right now. That is my problem. It's not that you're saying they're beating the Sonys because I have Sonys and I don't want my fifis hurt. No, I don't care about that. It's like it's like what Floss says, pledge allegiance to the hotness. And I understand the Soundcores are new. The Sonys came out a little bit earlier in the beginning of this year. I understand where people are coming from, but that doesn't mean sit here and say that in every single metric, the Soundcores are just better because they're cheaper. Sometimes that lower price comes at, no pun intended, a cost. And that's what you're seeing when it comes to the Soundcores versus the Sonys. But in terms of the Soundcores versus these are cheaper. These are beaten in terms of LDAC performance, and I like how songs sound on these with the LDAC performance. It definitely sounds cleaner. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not one of these people that can't hear the difference of LDAC and other stuff. I have DSD tracks, bro. I have the entire album of Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle, The Weeknd, After Hours. I have those in DSD. I've heard those tracks hundreds of times. I know what they sound like with very good, very expensive headphones that are corded or not. So don't try and sit here and tell me you're not testing your LDAC performance. Yeah, because I don't use LDAC. Because Bluetooth is a convenience for me. It's not me trying to sit here and analyze music. If AAC is good enough for me to enjoy my music while I'm listening on Bluetooth, that's fine. I have these if I want to listen to music, if it'll focus. If I want to listen to music more analytically. I have my Sennheiser HD 650s. I have my short tapes. I have my 10P1s. I have those headphones if I want to listen more analytically. Okay? You don't do that over Bluetooth with LDAC because it skips and cuts out like it's Bluetooth fucking 3.0. Like, sorry. So anyway, LDAC's better on this for me personally. If they don't skip for you on the Soundcores, that's totally fine. I'm not trying to sit here and say you're wrong, but for me, in my personal opinion, with my testing, with what I've been doing, these skipped way more for me than these. And that's why these should be looked at more if you're looking for LDAC performance. In terms of overall sound quality, sound signature, things like that, both of these have very good bass. I think both have very good vocal representation. These definitely have the more crisp, clean vocals. For some people, that may feel a little bit artificial. But honestly, I do feel like Soundcore is very good with vocals. Both of these will be good for podcasts. I don't necessarily think either is the best or worst in terms of that. Both of these will be very good for that. Most true wireless earbuds are. Like I don't think I've ran into a single true wireless earbud that I loathed listening to podcasts with. So you're not going to have to worry about that with either of these. These have IP55. These have IPX4. So you get dust resistance as well as water sweat resistance. So that's really nice when it comes to these. And these come at a cheaper price. Like I said, no smart sensors on here, so no autoplay pause when you remove the earbud from your ear. No wireless charging. Just a double and triple tap. Whereas these have so you can't customize every single thing and put them all on the earbud, which you can do that on this. And these do have wireless charging. The battery life on the case, just in standby mode, both of them do very good with that. Really no issue when it comes to that. Like I said, 5 minutes to charge the earbuds in the case for an hour, 10 for an hour with these. My problems with the Soundcores pretty much went away after I EQ'd them. I had similar problems with these, and I EQ'd them as well. These have more EQ bands than these do. These have 4. I believe these have 6. And it definitely does show. But I do feel like that doesn't really matter because these still sound very, very good. These still sound great as well. But the problem I have with them is that if you don't EQ them and you listen to bassy tracks, guess what? Even if it's a bass guitar, there seems to be this more like drummy bass type of like undertone to it where it has this kick and like thump to it that doesn't seem right for a bass guitar, right? It's totally fine for something like a rap or hip hop track with heavy bass. But say you listen to something like Land of the Snakes by J. Cole, where it's this kick drum. And kick drums aren't necessarily bassy. You're going to get a little bit more bass behind that kick drum. And that's not necessarily how I like, that's not what I like about this, not the representation I expect from that song. That's not what I expect when I hear that song. And that's what you get with the Soundcores. Whereas these do it a little bit, but the moment I EQ'd them, it basically stopped. So that's actually very nice. This last song I ended up listening to test things like, say, stereo separation and, like, say, a more vocal forward sound is, apologies, I'm going to say the N-word here, but Trill Niggas Don't Die by UGK. That song has sounds going off in the left ear, sounds going off in the right ear, and the vocals are forward. And both of these do very good with that track. I feel like these did a little bit better with a little bit more intricate detail, whereas these were a little bit lacking in terms of that. But overall, both of them are good. Very nice in terms of that. Who would I recommend these for? If you want more control, these also have a gaming mode, something that you can configure with the app to put on any of the taps on the earbud, which is nice. These don't have a gaming mode. These don't have a multi-pairing mode. These do. So if you care about multi-pairing, you're going to have to go with these. You don't have them on these. I personally don't care. It's not that big of a deal for me personally, but if you care about that, you're going to have to go with these. Both of these are great headphones, man. I'd recommend the Soundcores to somebody that is a fan of Soundcore and is a fan of their sound. I really would. They're very nice. I know I've been a very more critical than other people on these headphones, but that doesn't mean I hate them. I really don't. I really like them. It's just I want to make sure I'm telling you guys exactly how I feel when it comes to these, and I think you kind of got that out of this review in general. But yeah, whatever. This is part of the thing I should watch next to support, and the Edifiers. These are the true budget king. Like, I'm not gonna sit here in front. I feel calling the Soundcores the budget king at almost $200 is not. It doesn't feel right. Whereas the Edifiers at 140 it feels more apt to call that the budget king, especially with the amount of features that you have, the sound that you get out of them. You could either do LDAC or LHDC if you want a more stable connection, but still want a better frequency coming out of the earbuds into your ears. Yeah, both of these are very good options. For me personally, these are my number 2 earbud. These are my number 3. Number 1 is still the LG Tone Free. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but you know, it's whatever. This is Sparta. Thank you guys for watching and support. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday, whatever time of day it is in the area. Like the video if you like it. Share with people that are interested in this sort of content, and have a good one.